So we are starting out standing. It's morning, it's Monday, we want to wake up our energy. Okay, the moon is getting fuller, so we're going to keep it nice and soft for the first part of our energy warm-up. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a comfortable stance. Your feet are a little wider than hip-width distance even right now. But be comfortable and just let your breath settle in. Particularly notice if your shoulders are tense right now and just try and melt them away from your ears. And moving into a deeper breath now, take a nice deep exhale. It's a good time to start releasing things we don't want to carry into the week. And then inhale through the nose. Bring in lots and lots of energy. Exhale deeply and inhale deeply. Okay, let's add on to this and this is a little creativity sparking type of breath. So go ahead and let your knees be soft here and draw your hands up through center to the crown of your head. Give it a little tap and then open up and release. So we're awakening creativity here. Draw the hands up through center. Tap a little on the crown of your head and exhale, release. And just do that 2 more times, thinking about that. Creativity to just live your life in the way that most suits you. And then when you're done, just bring your hands back down to your side. Okay, so we're going to move into our cat and cow movements very gently. Take the legs even a bit wider, knees and hips bend, and then with your hands on your thighs, and then just inhale up and back, look up, and then exhale, round forward. Up and back, look up, and exhale, round forward. We're going to keep going here. Give the spine the opportunity to adjust to this movement. Give the mind time to key into what we're doing, how it's feeling. And then the next time your hands are to your thighs, just take a gentle roll up here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so we're going to do our twists a little differently. We're going to let the arms be loose and then twist to the right and let the hands touch the body, and then twist to the left and let the hands touch. Okay? This is called in Qigong, it's knocking on the door of life. So now that you've got this movement, take it to an actual knock. You will feel your hands coming into contact, and right back here at the kind of base of your spine is where you're opening up. We're also twisting, right? So twisting side to side. And now take this twist and start bringing your hands to right under your collarbones. This is an important immunity center. So as you tap into that, you are waking up your body's natural immunities. Still twisting, still twisting. And then slowly bring it back to center, a little slowing down. Take your feet closer and see what you feel. Where is energy moving in your body right now? How did that work for the arms? Inhale and exhale. Okay, so we went forward, back, we twisted. Now we're going to go side to side. We're going to take the legs definitely wider than hip width distance, not unnaturally wide. The toes are turned out and the knees are slightly bent. Bring your hands to your heart and then move both hands to the right and let that left hip come out just a little bit. Move both hands to the left and let the right hip move in the way that it wants to. So we're moving side to side, and now we're going to add the head. So the next time you go back to the right, turn your head to look left. The next time you move left, turn your head to look right. Okay, so your legs are a little bending and straightening, right, as you do this. Just whatever comes naturally to the lower half of the body. Yeah, we're really opening up energy this morning. And the next time you bring your hands over to the right and you're looking to the left, just stay here for a moment. And then glide over to the left, looking right, stay here for a moment. And then bring it center, bring your hands down and bring your arms all the way up, palms touch. Hands come to your heart center and release your hands by your side. All right, so we're going to do a little forward folding and heart opening here. So point your toes forward now instead of out. Toes are pointing forward, the legs are still a little wider than hip width distance. And then take your right hand in your left. So you're holding onto your right hand, the palms are facing out. And then inhale up and back. And exhale with nice soft knees and hips. Bring your hands down. Take a moment here to see what's going on, what moved, what's happening. And then inhale, we're going to stay on the right a couple more times. So we inhale back. And then exhale forward. And then we inhale back, open up. And exhale forward. This time when you come back, let your arms open wide. And then bring your left hand into your right. Exhale back. And inhale forward. And just do that a few more times. You've got this now. Notice how the switch in the hands, what happens in the body, especially the shoulders, the whole shoulder and back area when you're working on the other side. Is it subtle for you? Is it really apparent? And the next time you come up, let your arms open and release. Whew. Just bring your feet together, shake them out. All right, how's everybody doing? Feel that energy. We always want to be aware, like what just happened. And we want to be aware of what is happening while it happens. So let's take a mountain pose now. So now we're going to be more engaged. The feet hip width distance apart, the spine nice and long, palms facing forward. Close your eyes and take a couple of breaths here in mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. Whew. All right, let's come to the top of the mat. Start to work our way down to the earth here. Okay, so you're at the top of your mat, coming back to mountain pose. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, bend everything deeply. You want your hands to the mat and step back into a downward facing dog. Down dog, inhale and exhale. And from here, you're going to pedal your feet, bend one knee and then the other, alternating heels to the mat. One heel down and hold. And the other heel down and hold. Now both heels down and hold. And bring the knees down. Sit off to the side. Okay. All right, so we were talking about hips earlier and this whole back section here. This is going to help open those things up. So take a nice easy seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Lean back. Raise one foot and the other if possible. You can always leave one foot down if this is too extreme. Notice I'm in core engagement here, okay? And we're going to have the right ankle over the left, arms overhead, turn your palms forward, and exhale down. Palms are touching the mat. You're gazing past your fingertips. Good morning, right hip. We're coming up, arms overhead. Switch the ankles, left ankle over right, palms forward. Exhale, hands down, gaze past your fingertips. So that's what we're doing, up, switch, and down. Okay, we're going to keep that pace, one breath really per movement to warm up the hips before we hold this movement. How's it feeling? Wiggle your fingers at me if it's feeling good. Okay, good. So that was several times. The next time you finish with the left ankle crossed over the right, come up and hold here. There you go. Now you're going to cross your right ankle back over your left. And this time when you come down, stay there. So turn your palms forward. Exhale, the right leg is in front. The palms are face down, touching the mat. Gaze past your fingertips. Press your palms into the mat as you look up. Inhale. And then as you exhale, melt yourself forward a little more. Walk your fingertips. Ooh. Now, if you weren't feeling it too much before, you're probably noticing your right hip. Take another breath. And when you breathe from these hip positions, send that breath to the hip. Help it release. Walk your hands a couple of steps over to the right. Notice that you feel your left side body in a nice long stretch. Walk your right fingertips away to get some stretch in the right side body as well. And then keeping the arms long, walk your hands back to center and hold. Walk your hands over to the left. Noticing the right side body has a nice stretch, and we walk the left fingertips forward to get that stretch going in the left side body as well. Keeping the arms long, walk your hands back to center, press palms into the mat, look up, inhale, exhale, melt. See what happens for you when you melt forward. And then walk your hands back in. Draw the arms up and switch sides. Now we've got the left ankle in front of the right, palms forward. Exhale, take it down, palms to the mat. We're staying here. Press the palms into the mat. Look up as you inhale. Exhale, walk your fingertips forward. It might be a centimeter, it might be an inch, it might be whatever. Walk it forward. Left hip. Send your breath to your left hip. It's working with you to release. This time we'll start by walking the hands over to the left. Right side is stretching, left fingertips walk away so that we get the left side involved. Come back through center. Inhale, look up and walk those fingertips. Keep those arms nice and long. And then exhale, walk the hands over to the right, walking the right fingertips away, and breathe. So keep noticing what's happening in your body as you go through this. Take the hands back forward, press into the mat, inhale, look up, exhale, walk your fingertips away. Whatever amount is available to you right now. And then walk your hands back in. Come up to seated. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment, close your eyes, appreciate your hips. And bring your hands down. All right, so that was hip. Now we are ready for some nice core work. Yes, we are. So let's uncross the legs. Bring the feet to hip distance apart. Inhale and exhale. All right, so the hips are nice and loose. We're going to take the arms forward here and lean back. The feet stay attached to the mat. Lean back, core engagement here. And then just open the arms. Bring them forward. Arms overhead. And bring them forward. You feel your core. Add a leg if you want. Open the arms, right leg up. Tap it down as you bring your arms forward. Arms overhead, right leg up. Option. Tap it down as you come forward. We'll go one time on the left. Open the arms. Option, left leg up. Tap it down. Arms overhead. Tap it down and release. Okay. So, if you did the leg option or not, we're going to do it 4 times on the right and 4 times on the left. Okay? All right. So, the feet are hip width distance. Arms are forward. Take it out. Right leg up. Okay. Tap it down. Arms forward. Arms overhead. Tap it down. We're going again. Out. Right leg option. Tap it down. Overhead. Tap it down, take it out. Tap it down, arms overhead. Take it down, one more, out. Tap, overhead, and tap, and release. All right, let's do it on the left. Take it back. And as you open your arms, left leg up as an option, toes down, arms overhead. Toes down, out, and tap, and up, and tap 2 more, out, and tap, up, and tap 1 more, out, and tap, and up, and tap, bring it down, release. All right, inhale and exhale. That's a great position to work the obliques from, so let's just do it. We're coming back. Feet are on the mat, hip width distance apart. Arms are forward. We're taking the right arm back, left arm forward, leaning into it. And come up, left arm back, right arm forward, lean into it. Because we start upright, we need to lean in as we go back. And up. Now as you go to the right, decide if you want to add your right leg. And up. We're going to keep alternating sides. Take it to the left, maybe left leg back, and up. To the right again, and up. To the left again, and up. Grand finale here. To the right and hold. Hold. Bring it in, and to the left and hold. Bring it in. Move around, do whatever. Some little circles from seated would be good because we opened up the hips and then we use them in a static position mainly. So let's go ahead and just loosen that up and come to hands and knees. All right, hands and knees. Tabletop position, knees are under the hips. Did I say that? Yes. Wrists are under the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Monday morning anatomy. All right, let's take the right leg back, tuck the toes, press through the heel, and roll the foot. So we're pressing and rolling. Great for the ankle. Also, a nice foot massage too. The toes get involved. And then press your right heel back. And bring the right knee down, take the left leg back, same thing, press through the heel, roll over the foot, press and roll. Press through the heel and hold. And bring the knee down. Okay, so back in tabletop now. We're going to walk the hands a couple of steps forward. So walk the hands a little forward and come into a knee down plank. Press back, leave the hands where they are. Take the hips toward the heels. Come on up, knee down plank, and let's do a nice little push up here. Down and up, elbows heading more toward the back of the body than they are out to the side, and hips back. And we're coming forward, knee down plank, up and down, or down and up I should say, and hips back. One more time and then move into your child's pose. So we're forward, push up, child's pose. Ooh. And just let your child's pose happen. Your forehead is supported on the mat or on your hands, right? You might, the knees are wide, you might sometimes try bringing your hands back by your feet and see how that feels to you. Remember, child's pose is always available to you anytime during your practice when you want to just hang out by yourself for a few breaths or a minute, recenter. It's always here for you. And before we come up, just take a moment to notice your hips. We've been focusing on them for the past few minutes. So just notice your hips. And then come on up into downward facing dog. Follow your process for down dog. Notice what parts of your body move as you come from down in your child's pose into your down dog. Inhale and exhale. Any adjustments that are necessary to be here. And walk your feet towards your hands. When you get to your hands, bring your hands to your thighs, take a half lift, forward fold, and flip the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release. All right, so we've got this area. We're going to get this area. Come to the top of your mat. We will do that through sun salutations with a knee down crescent lunge. Okay, the feet are hip width distance apart. We are in mountain pose. Take a moment here, take a couple of breaths to just scan the body, see where your energy is flowing, see how things are feeling. As we move into sun salutation, inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Come into your half lift, hands to the thighs, hands down. We're stepping back with the right leg. That right knee's going to come down. You can fold up the side of your mat for extra padding. Left knee over ankle, arms up, look up, crescent lunge. Bring the hands down. Coming into plank, knees up or down. Your plank where you are strong. Inhale and exhale. If your knees happen to be up, roll onto the tops of your toes before you come down, and then come down. Okay, hands under the shoulders, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Look up, baby cobra, lift your hands. Release. Find your way to downward facing dog. Once again, notice your process, right? It may not always be the same. Sometimes it might be table to down dog, a lift up. Notice what parts of the body move around when you do that. Okay, we're going to take a moment to take the right leg up to hip height and give it a little spin. Make that spin a little larger in the same direction. Pause. Give that right leg a little spin in the other direction and larger. And then step forward with that right foot. Bring the left knee down. Adjust yourself for a low crescent lunge. Right knee over the ankle. Arms overhead. Okay, you want to be feeling something in the front of the thigh here. If you're not, walk your right foot farther forward so it actually brings your left knee more behind the hip. Did that make sense? We're not squared off here, we're forward here. Bring your hands down, one hand on either side of your right foot. Tuck your toes and big step forward with the left. Half lift, forward fold. Float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release. Good to go on the other side? Same thing, okay? Here we go. Top of the mat. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Oh, take a half lift. Hands down. This time we start on the left. Remember, pad your knee whenever you need to, okay? That left knee is well behind the hip, right? Right knee is over the ankle. Arms are up. Even press your hips forward a little bit to get more feeling in that front stretch there. And bring the hands down. Come into plank. Again, it could be knees up or knees down. Chaturanga, nice and strong. There's that nice strong, it's the bottom half, it's the top half of a push-up, right down. And then come into your cobra, look up. Raise your hands. Release. And come into downward facing dog. Maybe you go table to dog. Maybe this time you're doing a lift up, straight spine and back. Whatever happens for you. Just follow your journey. Take your left leg up to hip height. Spin it around. Spin it larger. Take your left foot forward. Right knee down. Adjust so that that right knee is behind the hip. Arms up. Press your hips forward a little bit so you get an even deeper stretch in the front of the right thigh. Release your hands down. Tuck your toes. Lift your back knee and take a big strong step forward. Half lift. Forward fold. And float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release. All right. So we are coming back to mountain pose. Nice and rooted here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to work some balance here. Okay. And bring your hands to your hips. The feet are engaged, right? They stay nice and big. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Nice calm mind. Steady gaze here. We're going for tree. So lift your right heel and turn your right knee out. Okay, so that hip should be working pretty well here. Right knee is out to the side. Stand up nice and tall. And then position your foot for this, this particular tree. Is your foot coming to your leg, above or below the knee? And then bring your hands to heart center. Yeah, you might wobble, that's great. And release. Whew. All right. So there wasn't much preamble to that balance. So boom, you're telling your body, whoa, we were just moving. Let's just stand still on one leg for a minute, right? So don't be surprised if it's a little challenging. Hands to the hips, we're going on the left. Steady gaze is going to help. Left hip, that would be your heel. Left heel up, left knee out to the side, left foot. Maybe this is a more stable side for you. Maybe it's less stable. All we're doing is observing, we're not judging. And release. Ooh. All right, so we're going to add some arms, right? Add limbs to our tree. So, reposition, knee out on the right, foot to the leg, or your toes can stay kickstanded, hands to the heart, and float the arms up. Bring your hands back to your heart and release. All right, one more thing to do here. Left side, left foot to the right leg, hands to heart. Grow your limbs. Palms touch. Hands come heart center. Release. Back into mountain pose. Close your eyes for a moment. And just notice what your body's doing. Any motion going on? Notice your thoughts. What just happened? All right, step wide. So we were rooted and tall. We're going to have that same kind of thing going on in the warrior two. Legs are wide, right toes forward, left toes in. Okay? Bend your right knee. It's directly over your ankle. Shoulders on top of hips. You are rooted from the waist down, strongly rooted. Press through the outer edge of your left foot. That roots you even more. Now float your arms out up to the side. We want to make sure the arms are in the right position, so especially look at your back arm. Make sure it's not above or below the shoulder, in line with the shoulder. Turn your gaze toward your right fingertips. Shoulders are over the hips, yep. Warrior two. Okay, so in this pose, we are rooted strongly from the waist to the earth, but we're also light and flexible from the waist up. Now bring your hands to heart center, turn your gaze forward, and return to your warrior two. Did anything change in your body when you looked center and brought your hands center? We're going to do it again, so you'll notice again. Hands center, gaze center. Return to warrior two. Hands center, gaze center. Now turn all 10 toes forward. Inhale and release your arms out to the side. The toes are forward. We're folding forward from those hip creases just halfway here. Inhale and exhale. Half forward fold. Feel in the back of the legs here. And with long arms, come on up. Ooh. All right, bring your hands to your hips. If your legs need a break, give them one. When you're ready, left toes forward, right toes in at an angle. Setting up again for warrior two. The knee over the ankle, super important. The left knee tracking through the center of the left foot, right? So my knee isn't doing this or this, it's straight ahead, okay? Right foot's at an angle, press through the outer edge of your right foot. This leg is super strong. Shoulders over hips, arms float up. You check to make sure the arms are in line with the shoulders, and then take your gaze past your left fingertips. See if you can feel that sensation of being super rooted from the waist down, super light from the waist up. going to take the hands to the heart and the gaze to center. And open back up. And again, hands to heart, gaze center. Notice what's going on in your body when you do this. Open back up. And one more time, hands to heart. Open back up and hold. And then bring your hands to your hips, turn all 10 toes forward. Your index fingers are in your hip creases. This time, without the arms being long, fold forward halfway, and then decide if you want to continue. Bring your hands down or to your legs. Come into your forward fold. Bring your hands back to your hips. Come halfway up, take a breath. Come the rest of the way up. Heel toe your feet together. Step it out and come to the top of your mat. We're working our way down. Mountain pose at the top of your mat. Take a nice little scan of the body. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive down. See what happens when you keep your legs straight. Feel what the back of the legs feels like. Now take your hands to your thighs, take a half lift. Hands down, and we go back to downward facing dog here. Take your big toes together, knees to one side, hips to the other. Just release. And then bring the knees down and sit off to the side, transitioning through seated mountain pose. Sit up nice and tall. And let everything loosen up. We're going to take a couple of soft forward folds. Float the arms up and just melt forward. Roll your hands up your legs, float the arms up, and melt forward. And roll your hands up, bend your knees. We're coming down. So roll down onto your mat. When you get here, arms overhead, legs long. Take a nice inhale, long stretch. Exhale, draw your knees in and rock from side to side. All right, bring your feet down. Take your right ankle across your left thigh. We're coming into reclined pigeon. Your right foot is flexed. Your right ankle is across your left thigh. Bring your left leg in. Yeah. And, yep, bring your pets in too if they want. I see that. Okay, we're going for a nice stretch in the right hip. Make sure your right foot is flexed and your left knee is in line with your left shoulder. Take your left leg straight up, point and flex your foot. Circle the ankle one direction and the other. And then bend your left knee, unwind, bring both feet to the mat. Let your knees open and close a couple of times. Release that hip. Now the left ankle is coming across the right thigh. And bring your right leg in. Hold on. Left foot is flexed. Tap into your left hip. Make sure your left foot is flexed and your right knee is in line with your right shoulder so that you actually get the stretch in your hip. And breathe some light and warmth into your left hip. Take your right leg up, point and flex. And circle one direction and the other. Bend your right knee, unwind the legs, bring both feet to the mat. Knees gently open and close. Knees back up to center, hands by your side. Open and close your hands, wiggle your fingers. Rotate the wrists, one direction and the other. Hands back down by your side. Gently let your head move from side to side. And bring your head back to center. Find a very comfortable place you can be for your final relaxation. You might choose to have your knees bent or your legs straight. Palms up or palms down. Just experiment. Find a super comfortable place where you can be. Inhale through your nose. Slowly and gently exhale through the mouth. And one more time, inhale through the nose. And as you slowly and gently exhale through the mouth, let your body melt onto the earth, moving into final relaxation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as you inhale, stretch your arms long overhead. Exhale, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And coming back up to a nice, easy seat. Turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit. Thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.